All right, so for INF360, this will be your Python programming in Python course. How many of you guys came in here with some programming experience? Okay, comp sci majors? No, just have some programming experience. Okay, this is going to be different than any comp sci class you've had. I can tell you that. So if you're used to other languages, things like that, Python is so much easier to read, so much easier to do, and there's going to be a whole lot more hands-on. It's not a here's a book, go do your thing, right? So we're going to be a little more involved in it on our side. The Python course is written in a way that it's almost a gen ed at this point. So as I mentioned before, I usually teach anywhere from 3 to 4 sections of this per semester. During the intersessions and stuff, it could be 2, 3, whatever's available at that time. Meaning that lots of students are taking this. Obviously, I don't have that many in cybersecurity. I don't have that many in internet networking, et cetera. People all over campus take it. The reason they're doing that is because almost every profession is going to use Python in some form or fashion. So I have nursing students taking it. I have geologists taking it. I have just about everybody taking it because there's going to be some reason for them to use it in their job. All right. As far as a programming language, Python is a little bit different than like C# and those where you're full on programming. Python is going to be a little more script side. So we're going to be mostly focused on the script side. With our textbook, everything in here is going to be with automatetheboringstuff.com. So you don't have to pay for a textbook. It's open source. It's free. If you choose to buy the textbook, you can. Don't have to because everything's all right there online. But students have really liked this book over the years. It's worked very well for them. You get access to the chapters. I've individually linked all of the chapters inside of each section, so you could bookmark whichever one you choose. It's very easy to read, very easy to follow. I will not read this word for word while we're in class. I assume that you guys will read this outside of class. I will cover the highlights of that section that you need to know in the classroom. All right. The feedback from students in the past, if you walk through, do the exercises they give you, etc., there's usually no struggle with anything in this class. All right. It's written for beginners as it goes through. So students have very much liked this one over the years. All right. Let's see here. As far as the course itself, let's see here. So email communications, you guys can always send me an email. Make sure in the subject line, you guys put INF360A so I know what sections it's coming from. It's not as important this year because I only have one section, but my filters in my email kick that out to the right side so I don't miss your emails. All right. Normally I do teach like 7 sections a semester, so it's crazy and I'm getting lots of emails from students. If you guys don't meet the filters, it goes into the general email. I could pull it up. I think there's 14,000 emails in there right now. Like it's full. All right. So I don't want to miss you. I try my best to match everything going in there. Please throw that in the subject line. It will catch a filter if you do it. All right. If you email me on homework assignments, you cannot email me the Python file that you would submit. All right. It doesn't work. Outlook blocks it. So you must zip that file into a zip and then email it to me. Okay. If you try to send me the .py, it will go through, but on my side, it'll end up blocking it. And I have no way of looking at your file. And I'll send you a text, say, hey, I can't look at that. Please zip that and then send it out to me. It's not me being difficult. It's Outlook blocking it because it thinks it's malicious. All right. When you guys submit your homework assignments, please submit them as the .py file. Don't zip them. The only one that should ever be zipped is probably the final project because there's multiple files. All right. If you zip it, then that means I got to download it, extract it, then pull the Python file out and go. Doesn't sound like a big deal until I had like 75 students I had to grade for an assignment. Those extra 3 things all of a sudden add 2 to 3 hours worth of grading, just unloading and unzipping your files. You multiply it out, it takes time. So please don't do that. Please submit the .py file. I will get grading done much faster if you do it that way. All right. And we'll cover how to do homework and all that stuff here today. All right. Down here, you will see the link to the live Zoom meeting. I do record my sessions in here. So if you were to miss class, you could always go back and play this over. If you don't get something out of class, need to listen to it again, it's all recorded and it's posted out on YouTube. You guys will have the links in the individual sections here in order to play them back. I typically have those recordings up and live by the end of today. I do teach back-to-back classes today, so it isn't until about 3 o'clock that I can start pushing those videos up. It takes a little bit of time for it to render and then go through the YouTube cloud and get out to you guys. All right. So if you haven't seen a video, I'm guaranteeing it will be up by the next morning at the latest. It should be up before then, but at the latest the next morning. All right. So that means it would be posted Wednesday morning and it would be posted Friday morning at the latest. It should be faster than that. Okay. If you guys are virtual students, which it shouldn't matter because everybody this campus is all online students, so you're not required to attend here. If you are going to miss the class, just shoot me an email. Say that hey, I'm going to attend the live session because I have a doctor's appointment or whatever else. Jump on the live Zoom side. Okay. I will tell you now, I don't typically take attendance in this class. All right. Then all of a sudden I will see like 3 of you for the rest of the semester. Don't do that. All right. Show up to class and actually come here. The reason I say that, those are the students that end up getting the bad grades in the class. They don't show up. They have a bunch of questions. They wait till the last minute. Don't do that. Show up here. My classes are very relaxed and easy flowing. So I will riff off your guys' questions. I don't have a template and a PowerPoint. That's not how this class works. All right. I hit record. Whatever we talk about in this class gets recorded and sent on up. That doesn't mean don't ask questions because the 75 other students probably have the same question. All right. There are old videos of all these recordings for like the last 4 years out there on YouTube. You're welcome to use those as additional reference material. Just know that most of those are outdated at this point. And by outdated, meaning if it talks about an assignment and how things were due or something like that, obviously that isn't the same as this semester. All right. So as far as learning how to do a Python list or something like that, yes, you could definitely get at that. But in terms of homework assignments, what's due, what to prepare for, those are all different this year. All right. Anybody got any questions on recordings, etc.? All right. Again, they'll all be in the individual sections, but you'll also get, there's a playlist, and I recommend you guys just subscribe to the playlist on the YouTube side. No, I don't get paid for this. All right. It's not YouTube. I don't get any kickback from that side, but students have found that really nice. They jump on the YouTube playlist, they get a notification, next one's out, you can watch it and go. You don't have to scroll through Blackboard, figure out which section it was in and hit play. It will auto come up on YouTube. I do YouTube because you can automatically fast forward. So I get long-winded sometimes, set it at 1.25, 1.5x, watch the video. All right. Those of you that don't have English and want English subtitles or maybe another language subtitles, YouTube will handle that for me. That's another reason I use YouTube. A lot of the foreign students that take this class through the different semesters really like that feature because they can translate it across. All right. It's also on YouTube where you can watch it wherever. If I use the school version of it, you guys are forced to watch it through Blackboard. If I do YouTube, you can do it while you're walking on the treadmill or whatever you're doing. Watch the video for the class that day and you're good to go. All right. Anybody have any questions on the videos? The students, for whatever reason, love the videos. They love going back, watching those videos, etc. So I would be annoyed listening to my voice that long, but students have asked for it in the past. That's the reason I record all the sessions. Okay. To the online virtual students that are utilizing these videos and the other sections, make sure you talk with your instructors on anything pertinent to your section. What I am talking about on the videos is pertinent to the on-campus section. So there will be some of you virtual students utilizing this that are listening to this video now. Make sure you reference to your instructor for anything that may be different in your section. All right. Homework assignments. I'm just going to brief over this because we will talk about this more Thursday when we actually do a homework assignment. You guys will be given parameters to come up with something. In other words, I am not prescriptive on the homework assignments. You guys have flexibility to do something. In other words, I set the requirements. What you put on, what you do with it is up to you. So the reason I do that is use a little bit of imagination and creativity, something that matters to you. You will learn this a whole lot faster than me saying, set a variable called A and make it equal to 0. Right? That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach you how to use this in the real world. All right. So the first couple homework assignments, homework 1 and 2, are you guys make them up, right? I'll show you the requirements. We actually walk through them in this class, so it's not complicated. If you guys show up to class and you do all that, you will actually get about 90% of the answers on the homework assignments. All right. It's that simple. Homework assignment 3 and 4, those will be more prescriptive. I'm specifically looking for something in that homework assignment. That's it. There's 4 homework assignments. Homework 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You guys will have those in different weeks. There's 3 quizzes. There's a midterm exam. There's a midterm project and a final project. There's no final exam. And the reason for that is everything I would have in a final exam is baked into the final project. In the past, I used to meet with every student one-on-one to go over their final project and quiz them about it, do things like that. This semester may be a little bit different because I'm not teaching all the sections, so every professor is going to do it a little bit differently. I have not determined what I'm doing yet for this class. All right. When you're doing homework assignments, you guys, I'll show you how to get the script and all that kind of stuff set up. You will copy and paste this at the top of every single homework assignment. All right. It's like putting your name on a paper, which means it's worth points. Even though it's just college, I still have to take away points because you didn't put your name on the paper. Why? Well, in the past, I was grading 75 of these. If you don't put your name on it, I don't have a clue who you are, right? So make sure you put these comments at the top of every single homework assignment. Make sure when you name your files that you name them in this format. So you would put Jason Zeller with a capital J, capital Z, assignment 1 or homework 1 at .py. All right. Again, it sounds very particular. It is because I used to grade 75 of these. And if everybody names it homework 1, what do you think happens? Constantly overwriting somebody's homework 1, right? So please put your name in it with the assignment number. It makes grading these things a whole lot easier, which means I get the feedback to you guys way faster. All right. All homework assignments are always due at midnight on Sunday. All right. So you have all week, midnight at Sunday. I want to see the homework assignment in. If something comes up, email me. All right. It is college, but I am flexible. So if something happened, you guys are struggling with the homework assignment, etc., email me on that side. Okay. Again, the other instructors in the virtual side may have different requirements. But on my side, I will typically work with you as long as you are progressing in the class. If you email me every Saturday night at 10:30 and say I'm not going to have it in, or every Sunday night at 10:30, that won't work, right? I don't have any time to answer it. And I'll tell you right now, this semester, I will not be awake at 10:30 on Sunday nights anymore. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Name files, if they're not in the format, I have to take away points. Please don't make me take away points for name on a paper and name of a file. Like, that's really aggravating. I don't like doing that. Okay. Zip the files only on the final project. Don't zip them on the individual homework assignments. Okay. It adds way too much time for the grading process and it limits you guys getting your feedback back. All right. You will see this welcome video here. This will obviously change to this semester and everything that's in there. So I will post this out here after class. There is an academic policy quiz that you must complete before you get access to everything else in this class. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the academic policy. This is like the worst part of this class that I have to start enforcing because it keeps getting worse every single semester. In this class, you cannot use code generated on the internet. You cannot use code generated by somebody else. It must be your own work. Okay. So all of those that are ChatGPT warriors, please do not use that in this introductory class. In the advanced class, I actually teach you how to use it. In the introductory class, no. All right. It needs to be beginner level work that's coming through. The problem is if you ask ChatGPT to write this code for you, it's going to do it as if you're an advanced Python coder, right? Which means it's going to use fancy formulas, fancy extra functions, things like that you guys never learned in this class. So when I go to quiz you about your homework and you can't explain it, you immediately get a 0 on that side. All right. I give 1 0. After that, you fail the course and I turn you in for academic dishonesty, which means, yes, students have not been able to graduate because I have turned them in for academic dishonesty on that side. I don't like it. Okay. Please don't do that. I do not strive to do that. It is very annoying every semester when I have students that cheat and do that kind of stuff. Please don't do that. If you don't have an answer on a homework assignment, don't answer it and just turn in the homework assignment. I assure you, you will still get a good grade in this class, but what you won't do is fail the course and get sent up for academic dishonesty. All right. So whatever you do, don't use outside code. Don't use ChatGPT. For goodness sakes, don't use Stack Exchange and all this other stuff you see on the internet. There's other places to get help, and I'm more than happy to help you. If you email me, I will walk you through and help you through every piece of it. But if you go to those websites, like for some of my old homework assignments, students posted them out there, right? Well, they posted all the wrong answers. And I even, if you go out to my course hero, you will see Jason Zeller responded saying, I wouldn't submit this one. The student got it wrong. All right. Every year they copy and paste that into the homework assignment, and then that student gets it wrong. Stop. Please don't do that. All right. So this academic policy, I had to actually put this in as a quiz so that you guys are literally signing it, saying I won't do that. And then if you get caught doing it, that's what gets turned into the academic council. All right. I really hope to not spend any more time on that. I know I say that every semester, and every semester I got to fail somebody in this class for that. Please don't do that. All right. This class is not that hard. It is not worth cheating in this class. I can tell you that right now. Anybody got any questions on that? All good? Okay. So once you do that quiz, you will have access to the individual sections. So you have to complete the quiz in order to get access to the sections. This will be the first one that pops up. Introduction in Python Basics. We'll cover that on Thursday. All right. You will have a homework assignment at the end of that. Again, homework assignments are due Sunday at midnight. Okay. It's a very simple homework assignment. It's not going to take you 3 hours to do. It's going to take you 10 minutes to do in class. All right. That's another thing. If you show up in class, you pretty much should always have your homework assignments done in class. All right. Each other individual section will automatically get released on the Sunday at midnight. So your homework's due at midnight. The next section gets released at midnight for the next week. Okay. Outside of that, let me throw up the syllabus real quick. Again, for those of you that are online, make sure that you follow the syllabus that is in your course shell with your instructor. Key points in this, all of the weeks are outlined in here. You'll also see it in the other side, but you're going to see the weeks inside of here. You will notice here on the midterm project that you have 2 weeks to do the midterm project. The midterm projects are open-ended. Again, I give you a rubric of what's required, but you guys are required to come up with whatever you want. And I'll give you some examples of how it works, but it's not everybody's doing the exact same project. That is annoying to grade 75 times, right? So this is open-ended. You guys can be creative on what you want to do. I welcome you being creative, and I'll show you some examples of what you can do. It's actually a lot of fun to grade most of those because people spend a lot of time working on their projects. You have 2 weeks to complete it though, which is a long time to get through that. On the final project, you will actually end up with 3 weeks to work on that final project. During those weeks, we don't have class. So can anybody do math? It's like 5 weeks of no class. That's time that you should be working on those projects. The biggest thing that people run into on these midterm projects, time management. They just didn't dedicate enough time to do it. All right. I give you 4 class periods minimum to do it, sometimes 6 class periods, plus over your spring break, or in this case, fall break, etc. So, and that's why this one here, you technically end up with 3 weeks because it falls over November break, the fall break. So you end up with 3 weeks of time to actually build that out. Okay. Anybody have any questions on the schedule, how that works? There will be some weeks you do not have homework assignments, that you do not have a quiz. All right. There's like 2 or 3 of those throughout the semester. So this is not I'm going to send you 10 homework assignments to keep you busy throughout the semester. No, we talk about the topics. We go over the quiz for that particular semester. That's it. The rest of the time, you guys should be working towards your projects throughout the semester. Now, I don't expect you to start the midterm project till like week 7, because that's when you guys are wrapping up with the midterm exam. All right. So for the exams, like I mentioned before, 15% of your homework assignment is going to be on your assignments. That's the 4 homework assignments that we have. You have 3 quizzes. Those are worth 20%. You have a midterm project worth 20% of your grade. You have a midterm exam for 25% and a final project for 20%. That midterm exam, I go through a full review. I actually give you a PowerPoint deck. All the answers are from that PowerPoint deck. In other words, if you follow the PowerPoint deck and review that, matter of fact, you could even use it on the midterm exam in my class, you guys should be able to get those scores. All right. Anybody have any questions on the syllabus side? All right. For you guys in my campus section, my office hours are going to be on Tuesday, Thursday mornings. My office is upstairs in room 253. If the door is closed, I'm with somebody or on a virtual call. All right. If the door is open, you're welcome to knock, come on in and ask any questions or something like that. All right. If I'm in there, you guys can shoot me an email if the door is closed or whatever. If those that don't know where 253 is, you go out this hallway, up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, you start walking back down this hallway. I have a giant frosted glass window and it says 253 on there. All right. Anybody have any questions on office hours? Generally Tuesday, Thursday mornings. Monday, Wednesday, I'm up there, but I'm doing another role as director of sitting. So I sometimes can be able to jump in with questions. Other times I'm working with other students. All right. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
Is there like a recommended or preferred platform for like writing code and stuff, or
yes?
usually you want?
So that's a good question because that's one part of what I'll show today, but we'll really cover it on Thursday. In this class, we have you guys do the download from the python.org website, which includes IDLE. And IDLE is the IDE that's built in with Python and everything else. That's the one I recommend for this class. It is very basic, but that's by design. All right. It doesn't have the extra features and flares and things like that. If you're a comp sci major and you're used to using Visual Basic or PyCharm or some of the other ones, you're welcome to use them. Just know I can't support them in this class because I got to keep everybody on the same playing field. All right. IDLE itself, the book will sometimes talk about mu, MU. We will not use mu. We will use IDLE. Okay. And we'll cover all of that here on Thursday, how to get it set up, how to get it installed, that kind of stuff. But does that answer what you're looking through there? You're welcome to use the advanced ones. I'm fine with that. Just know that those that use like advanced AI type stuff or whatever, if it goes and gives you advanced functions that we didn't learn in this class, you're going to have to be able to explain how that code works. All right. If you use advanced code in this class, I'm okay with it as long as you can explain it. But if you hum and haw and it sounds like you're trying to regurgitate the way ChatGPT told you to explain how that works, which yes, I have ChatGPT too. I can explain how it works. Don't do that. Okay. I have several people. They're like, no, I didn't use ChatGPT. Only ChatGPT responds that way. Like only it will give you the arguments, the values, the description of how it works. Like you didn't write that. Like that's straight out of a textbook ChatGPT response. So please don't do that. All right. Can you use those tools to learn and help you and do all that? Absolutely. Just make sure you're using stuff that was taught in this class. All right. Again, there's homework assignments out there. Students will copy off the internet. Please don't do that stuff. I would hope to not have to fail anybody this semester. That would be great. If I can get 1 out of 5 years and however many I teach in this class, it would be great to have one semester where I don't have to fail anybody for that silly little thing. All right. This is with a section that you guys will get after you take the quiz. So today, go take the academic pledge quiz. Literally is just you signing at the bottom saying true. All right. True or false, you guys accept everything above it. If you sign false, it will not let you on in this course. Right? Got to say true. So you say true, move on. All right. Once you get into this section, you will see a section like the video here. I'm actually going to delete that because we're going to re-record that on Thursday. Each one of these will link out to the chapter in the book as you go through there. Note, it is going to the second edition. That's the one that we use in this class. You can walk through here, read all of this. Again, this guy does a really good job of explaining it at a low level. All right. We will be using Python 3.12 this semester. There's probably a newer version out there. If we go out here, 3.12.5 works great. All right. We're not using 3.13. That's a pre-release. So 3.12, I will walk you through, show you how to install all of this, that kind of thing on Tuesday or Thursday. It works for Mac, Linux, and Windows. That's the reason I use IDLE too, is it works on everybody's platform that would be taking this class. All right. If I was using any of the advanced ones, they work a little bit differently on every single platform. For you Mac users, you want to make sure you follow along and that kind of stuff because you guys can run into issues if you don't click the right button. Same way on Windows, there's a very specific checkbox, and I even highlight it here to make sure you click the checkbox. If you don't, about halfway through the semester, you're going to be wondering why stuff isn't working because you didn't click the checkbox. So you'll just uninstall it, reinstall it, away you go. All right. Other than that, the chapters, you can take a look at the assignment 1 that's down here at the bottom. This is the style that I give you. So you need to do this, in this case, use the print function to display a welcome message and a prompt question, right? I don't tell you what question or how to prompt me or whatever else. It just needs to do these kind of functions. And this is how I grade 1 point, 2 point, et cetera, on down through there. All right. We will cover this on Thursday. I'll actually walk you through assignment 1.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's not like here you go, good luck.
Yeah.
Again, if you attend the class,
Same
90% of this is in the class. Exactly. All right. Anybody have any questions as a whole? All good? All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.